Hello, I'm Joel Ross. Welcome to IMT511, Introduction to Programming for Information Data Science, which from this point on I will just call Intro Programming. I'm so excited that you're joining me. This course is going to be great. I keep looking up because where my notes are. So this is the welcome video to get you oriented to the structure of the course. It's kind of covering the day one syllabus stuff. So first, a bit about me. I'm a senior lecturer here in the Information School. I teach courses in web development and mobile development and computer programming and software architecture. My undergraduate was in English literature, and I previously taught intro computer programming, computer science to liberal arts students, so I'm really good with all the interdisciplinary stuff. So if you've never done any programming background, if you're not coming from that kind of environment, that's okay. That's where I am too, same place. So this is an online course, and I have to be very clear, if we're honest with you, this is my first time teaching an online course at all, this course in particular online. I've taught this course face-to-face many years, but this is the first time doing it online, which means I'm still putting together a lot of stuff. Things aren't necessarily quite totally in place. They're going to be sort of coming online as we go, so a lot of the materials are not quite there yet. In addition, this is also a pilot offering for a new MSIM program. So there's a number of different other stakeholders and other situations and other stuff happening sort of behind the scenes in the background that are going to be influencing how the course works a little bit. So what this ends up meaning for you is that we're going to be doing a bit of experimenting with different tools and concepts and ways of presenting information in this class. You're acting a little bit like beta testers as we try out some stuff. So please bear with me and give me a little bit of patience if stuff doesn't quite work out the first way. We'll get it fixed, we'll get better at it, it'll be better as we go, but I appreciate your patience. This also means that I'm really interested in your feedback about the course. So if something doesn't work, or something's working really well, or if there's problems, or you have feedbacks, or ways for improvement, or just whatever ideas, please let me know so we can do what we can to really make this course work even better. And of course, you're going to be learning the material along the way from taking the course, even though it's online. It'll all work out really well. Good? Awesome. All right. I also want to emphasize right off the bat that this course is an introductory programming course. My intended audience is for people who have never taken any programming before. They don't have any previous programming background, but are brilliant iSchool graduate students, so are able to pick some of the stuff up pretty well. So if you've never done this before, great. I'm so glad you're here. This is exactly where you should be. If you have done this before, then this course might feel a little bit slow and slightly remedial, in which case, sorry, that's what you're going to have to get. But because this is for intro, and because I often tend to move a little bit quickly, if something is going too fast or something doesn't make sense or you need some extra help, please ask me. Don't let things just sort of sit. Don't hesitate to ask questions. Don't hesitate to seek help or to do whatever else you need to do to make sure that you can succeed in this course. I am here to help you. Okay, so we're going to be, give me a second, to adjust notes. Okay, so we're going to be, this video we're going to sort of, mouse, come back, mouse. All right, so in this video, we're going to be we're going to be using a couple of different tools and platforms and websites for this course, and so I want to sort of give you an overview of the landscape of all the different things you're going to be working with to basically sort of get you set up. So first, we're going to have we have the Canvas homepage, which I know that you found because you're watching this video, which lives on the Canvas page. You can find the syllabus and all the assignments and stuff here. This is going to act as your home base. So if you're ever lost about where to go, come back to Canvas. That'll get you where you need to be. Let's see. I've got links on the front page. I've got a set of quick links, so that should be able to get you down to anywhere else that you possibly need to be able to go. I'm also going to point out that there's a link to the actual syllabus up here at the top. You can see where my pointer is. And that's going to basically have things like policies and other stuff. And I'm going to come back to that in a bit, but I want to make sure you sort of realize that's there. So this course, in terms of its overall schedule, we're dividing this course into 7 different modules, each one of which covers between either 1 or 2 weeks. They're all sort of Monday to Sunday, so they're all going to be developed in weeks, but some are 1 week and some are 2. It'll vary a little bit depending on the complexity of the material. So you can't necessarily think about this course in terms of weeks. It's a little bit more in terms of sort of modules, because some of them are pairs of weeks. Each module is going to be a set of practice exercises for you to work on. They're eventually going to lead to an assignment, which is kind of a bit more like a project that is what we're primarily going to be graded on. So we'll get more into sort of that structure as we begin talking about what these modules end up looking like. So I said each one of these takes a week, but in terms of time commitment, I want to be a little bit explicit about this. So if we look at the feedback from the last time I taught this course, which is a face-to-face version in the spring, this course can be really time intensive. Programming and learning to program takes a lot of time. So like I said, if you look at sort of these figures, like 20% of the class said that this course took, say, 20 or more hours a week. Plan accordingly. It takes a long time to learn programming. It's a skill that really just needs some time to sit and settle and to practice and for things to go really, really long. I'm also going to flag that this data is based on an N of 20. There's not a ton of people, so it's possible that this is skewed a little bit towards people that maybe really struggle with the class. But this is why we ask you to fill out all this survey data and this course evals at the end of the quarter, because that then gives us this kind of data that we can then present back to other people later. Okay, so enough about that. Go ahead. All right, cool. So, they said this course is built up in terms of different modules. The modules themselves, along with most of the resources and material and the actual sort of content of the course, are hosted on a platform called Ed. Ed is one of these new tools that we're trying out to be able to see how things work. So if you visit something like Ed, you're going to be able to see a set of different lessons, each of which are going to be framed, or a set of modules, each of which are then broken up to different lessons. Each lesson being then a set of a different set of content or a different set of topics. So Ed's one of these online learning platforms. It's focused on programming. It sort of gives us a really nice way to be able to practice and learn to do some coding stuff. I'm going to do another video. It's going to sort of show you how to navigate and use Ed, but I want to at least give you sort of a point out that most of the content is going to be on this place, not on Canvas. If you're looking on Canvas, you're not going to really find what you need for. I'm also going to note that the thing is not fully populated yet because I'm, again, trying to figure stuff out as we go, but it's going to be this time there. So all the practice stuff is going to be on Ed. All the materials and explanations will be on Ed. The assignment information themselves, though, will be on Canvas. So if you go to the set of assignments, that's where you'll be able to find the sort of the larger scale projects that you'll be doing to be able to actually get graded on sort of throughout this course. Ed also provides a set of discussion platforms. So it's going to be a place that we're going to be able to ask and answer questions. That's all going to happen in Ed. And again, I'll have a different video that explains how that all happens. But if you have questions, rather than sending me an email, the best way to ask them is really going to be to post on this platform so that we can be able to gather all this stuff together. You can get questions from me. You can get questions from everybody else in this class. And it's going to be sort of the best way to do that kind of work. All right. The other piece of content that you're going to be sort of interacting with a lot is the course book. So the course book is an online textbook that I wrote specifically for this class. So it's going to cover exactly the material that you're going to need for this course and not really a whole lot more, not really a whole lot less. It needs a little bit of updating. I haven't haven't really done a lot of work with this since about April. So stuff might adjust as we go through the course, but this is basically going to be the best set. This is going to be the main set of explanations to go with. So it's going to have all the details you need for assignments. They're going to mostly be in this book. A lot of the modules are going to basically be like, go read a chapter from the book, and then here's some videos maybe showing off a few pieces of that. They're not all going to be inside the video, so you're going to really need to be able to read this content in order to figure out what's going on. But yeah, and then I said, like everything else, this book is under construction. It might be tweaked as you go, so if you find problems or errors in it, let me know, and I can go ahead and get them fixed because I wrote the thing and I'm able to edit it and make everything work the way it needs to. All right, what's next? Sorry, my mouse keeps moving to different platforms. All right. There's also a link to GitHub, which I will show you in a second. So GitHub is going to be another website we're going to be using to be able to make this in order to do a lot of our programming work, and that's where we're going to host and put a lot of our code. We'll talk about GitHub more in the first module, but I want to show you that there's a link to here, and that's sort of what this page is going to end up looking like when you get to it. Other things to do. I also have then a link, of course, to the student resources, which are the iSchool link of resources if you are struggling with anything at all. I know the world is sucky and there's a lot of stress out there, and if you're having any problems, you need any kind of support, we've got a ton of resources for you. This is where you can come to be able to get that information. At least that's a place to start. And you can always, of course, reach out to me. I'm happy to be able to address and help you with anything you might possibly need. Finally, we've got a set of, let's see, I want to make sure to point out that if you go to the syllabus, you'll be able to find the set of course policies. So this is where you're going to find all the sort of the details about the class in terms of description, objectives, sort of the structures, assignments, and so forth, grading information. I'm not going to read it all to you. I'll let you sort of go through that on your own because you can do that because we're offline. In general, the one thing I want to make sure to flag, because I have to do this in every course, is about collaboration. In the iSchool, we really want to be collaborative, right? We're all here to learn and to help each other learn. That's why you're taking this course. And I don't want to get in the way of you getting help and being able to help other people. Helping other people is one of the best ways you can possibly learn to do any kind of skill. But at the same time, because this is a course. I have to be able to measure and assess and grade whether you actually learned anything, not whether like your friends managed to learn things. So that means that the stuff you turn in ends up having to be from your own. Don't copy it off a friend. Don't copy it off of the internet. Make sure you understand what you're doing. That's the entire purpose. And if you don't do that, then I don't know why you're paying tuition to take this class. So again, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to talk to other people. This is supposed to be collaborative. We're not CSE. We're trying to be able to make sure that this is a good environment for you to learn in. Cool. But yeah, so go ahead and make sure you read through these policies. They've got all the different stuff and information you might need. If there's any questions, let me know, and I'm happy to be able to answer stuff. All right, and that takes us back to our syllabus. So I think that's about it for the environment. I said I'll have a couple more setup videos. I'll sort of explain how to do individual things you need to know in order to get started. I'll one on ed, one on installing software, and some other stuff. But that should get started. So again, welcome to IMT511. This course is going to be challenging. It's going to be a ton of work, but you're going to do great. You'll have a ton of fun. It'll be a great class. And if there's any questions, let me know, or watch the ed video in order to learn how to ask questions to be able to make that all work. Great. Thanks.